Hey there, Aries. Welcome back. Guys, I have been so depressed, like the worst depression in the world. Seriously. But, I'm finally coming out of it. I don't know what it is. I know somebody said to take some vitamin D, which I did. Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Aries, which I did. I did take some vitamin D. I don't know. I think maybe that is what is helping me. Okay. I took it's called Viactive, calcium, and bone vitamin D. It's been a long road. So if you are suffering from depression, I want you to know you're not alone. I've been suffering from depression also, and it's been the worst. And it's weird because it actually came out in the readings a couple of times, right? It actually has been coming out in the past, I think like a week ago, it was coming out about depression and stuff like that. And here I go, going through depression. So, yeah. Okay, so the first card out we have, guys, is this Two of Blades with the Nine of Sticks. We have the Three of Cups, the Tower in reverse, and the High Priestess. Well, Aries, it does look like here, and this might be for one of us, okay? Um, it looks like some kind of mental, I want to say mental blockage, and it could be because of past trauma here, okay? This might be something that's causing you to not be able to process, I want to say process things that are good for you, right? Because we do have the Three of Cups. Things that are good for you, it could be like you're blocking out people, blocking out new connections, blocking out reasons why to celebrate. Okay, maybe you didn't get to enjoy the holidays, something like that, okay? And it might be because of something here, and it is indicating past traumas, okay? At least with the Nine of Sticks and the Two of Blades, that's what it looks like. Past traumas, and it's blocking this. Okay, so there's people around you with the Three of Cups energy. It makes me feel like there are people around you who could be very good for you, especially for your mental health. Okay, I do feel like there's people around you here that you're blocking them, or you're blocking resources, or you're blocking new information, possibly paths. Like different paths that you could go through that will lead you to this Tower in reverse. Now, the Tower in reverse is it's about like rebuilding or starting from scratch, or it's more like rebuilding. In this reading, I feel like it's rebuilding. So this energy of you um going through this well, I want to say depression, but it doesn't have to be depression, okay? It could be just feeling very defensive too because of past traumas, right? And over here, it's like rebuilding your social circle. Okay, so blocking you from regaining your social circle, which you need. Okay, now we do have the High Priestess coming out, and I feel like this is your energy. So you could be an empath, and right now, maybe because of this energy of you going through this defensiveness or feeling this way over here, might be causing you to want to avoid people at this time because you are an empath. You could also be psychic. You could also be very intuitive, right? An empath is somebody who picks up on other people's energies. Okay, maybe that's what it is. But Spirit is saying right now is the time for you to snap out of that. Okay, I feel like Spirit's talking to me actually. It's like, hey, ninja, snap out of it. There's people around you that'll help you out. So maybe this reading is about me too. You know what I mean? But yeah, the High Priestess. Hmm. Could be because of past challenges, actually, that I'm looking at it. So you might have gone through a very traumatic event because of a challenge, and that might be for one of you. Let's keep going. Let's see what else comes out. I think Spirit is saying, hey, Aries, let's get more social. Let's be more social. Let's get out there. Let's mingle. Let's rub elbows with other people. It'd be good for us. Ooh, we do have Justice card coming out. The Eight of Blades is coming out. Oh, and the plot thickens. If you are going through any kind of legal problems or legal situation, guys, with the Justice card coming up in the upright position, it indicates that it's gonna come out in your favor, okay? But let's find out more. I'm pulling out my other deck. I'm pulling out the kitty deck. Kitty Tarot. The Star card is coming out. Okay. Well, we do have the Star card coming out. So that indicates to me like a renewal. Hope, renewal. It could be an idea that's going to help you out of a dark period, a dark time. At least that's what I'm getting here with the Justice energy. It's like Spirit is saying or reminding us there's a light at the end of the tunnel, right? There's a light there that we need to possibly take accountability for things, okay? Maybe our part of things. Or somebody around us needs to take accountability. Could be, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that it's us. It just means that somebody needs to take accountability, and it looks like somebody needs to take legal accountability because we do have the Justice card coming out. It does make me feel like there's going to be a breakthrough, especially with the High Priestess card coming out first, right before we get to the Justice card. So it does make me feel like there is going to be a breakthrough, but it's going to be something that Spirit is saying to look beyond the surface. If that makes any sense. Like look beyond the surface. Don't just look with your eyes, but look past what's going on, past what your eyes can see. I hope that makes sense. Like, yeah, that's the only way I can explain it. Because with this kind of energy, it means like it's time to realign something in our life, right? After going through this period, it's time to realign things, right? And possibly even here, we have the Five of Coins, like to get out of our head. So it makes me feel like we've been stuck in our head about something. We've been caging ourselves in because we have the Eight of Blades here and the Nine of Sticks up here. So it's like we have somehow created like a mental prison for ourselves, right? And it's time to break out of that. Yeah. With the Star card coming out, guys, this usually is a big sign. Whenever you see the Star card, it usually is like a big sign that a breakthrough is about to happen. You know, something big is about to happen. Um, it's kind of like encouraging us to keep going, keep moving forward, right? Because there's that light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I'm getting from that. And this usually comes out when there's a breakthrough, but it also indicates like hope or yeah, like a moment of clarity, possibly because of this past trauma, right? But a moment of clarity, maybe because of a situation where we were getting left out. Right here we have the Three of Cups, and then we have the Six of Coins right underneath it. So with the Eight of Blades, so maybe it could be like a situation where we were getting left out of a social event, or we ended up not being able to be a part of a social event, and it might be because of ourselves, right? But the trauma itself is caused by somebody else. So there is somebody else that's not coming into this reading that is a part of this, but it's not really them that's coming into this reading. It's actually their actions that is coming through this in this reading, right? So it's the after effect of somebody around you who has done something terrible to you, right? Now, if you look over here, we do have the Six of Coins coming out after the Justice energy. So it makes me feel like somebody here is about to get paid. Because the Six of Coins usually means somebody's going to get paid. So some kind of, I want to say a wrong is about to be righted. Yeah. That's what I'm getting. A wrong is about to be righted. A large amount of money might be coming in. It could lead to something beautiful. I mean, we do have the Two of Cups, so it could lead to a relationship, okay? But if you look over here, we also have the Six of Cups, but coming out in reverse. So we're going to dig deeper into that. I want to find out more about that. Yeah, it does look like we've been through, and I want to say we because I feel like I'm included in this as well. But it looks like we've been going through a lot of stress, turmoil, a very difficult situation with this coming out. Let's go ahead and find out more about this. You know what? Let's find out about the Six of Coins. Let's find out what else we could find out about the Six of Coins. We have the Sun card in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse. So I feel like it's something that we don't see coming. Definitely something that might be or has been hidden from us, and really something that we don't really have to do anything for. Or the Knight of Swords coming out in reverse, that's really us not doing anything because the Knight of Swords is the opposite of the Knight of Swords in the upright. In the upright, you know, the Knight of Swords, if it was this way, of course it would be us taking action and being gung-ho and going for it and pushing something ahead, and but it's the opposite, right? So basically it's like us not doing anything. So it looks like we're going to get this big sum of money, or we're going to get some kind of generous gift, because that's how it looks, a generous gift. And it's going to be something that we don't see coming. With the sun in reverse, it's not something that we can see. Yeah, over here it's saying that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but over here it indicates like we don't see that light at the end of the tunnel, but there is one. We just don't see it, right? At least that's the energy I'm getting from this. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel. With the Two of Cups, it can mean like not necessarily a love connection, but it can mean like a relationship around us, right? It could be a relationship around us that, with the Six of Cups and coming out in reverse, maybe something that we are not exactly um, thrilled about. Look at that. The Tower is coming out again in reverse, though. So with the Six of Cups coming out over here, this could be like a relationship, indicative of a relationship that we have bad memories of, or it could be even traumatic, maybe. Okay, because that's what it shows over here. So it could be something traumatic. So I feel like it's this person that's going to have to pay. So it looks like we're going to be getting some kind of compensation. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. We do have the Five of Swords coming out and the Tower in reverse. See, something's about to be rebuilt in our life. The Tower in reverse. Yeah. So I'm seeing here like there was okay, so it looks like there was a difficult situation here where it's leading to a conflict, right? It's leading to a conflict, but a conflict that can only be resolved through reconciliation or compromise, or like somebody compromising with the other person. I feel like that's what's going to lead to this getting paid. It could also indicate that we have been avoiding, I want to say avoiding a necessary crisis. Like there has to be a crisis. Maybe we just have been kicking the can down the road kind of energy. So avoiding a crisis which could end up worsening the situation, aka causing depression, which the sun in reverse can indicate somebody suffering from depression, right? So it could be something like that where we are causing our own depression. And it's like saying, okay, now is the time to find a peaceful solution, right? With whoever else is involved, because there's something here that we don't want to look at, because we have the Six of Cups coming out in reverse. It's something definitely we don't want to look at. Something that, it's like a bad memory. A lot of times we could block out our memories. You know what I mean? We have the Hierophant coming out and the Page of Cups coming out. Okay, that's interesting. What's interesting is the Hierophant is coming out. With the Page of Cups. Well, I will say this. For one of us, this very well could be somebody who was our soulmate, right? Or somebody who was supposed to be our soulmate, somebody that we were married to, somebody who was our first love, or it could be our first crush, right? And that might be for one of us. Well, you know what? For one of you, this could also indicate like a structured education or something that's structured that could actually lead you to, well, with the Page of Cups, it could be abundance or it could be feelings, or it could be feelings. It could also indicate, well, what does feelings do? Feelings takes you to a creative side of yourself, right? So something creative as well. Yeah, I just want to throw that out there. Also, it indicates too for one of us, we might want to explore. I mean, health wise, we might want to use like well, basically, it's saying like you might want to use like a like structured type of medicine or procedures for our health, right? But then also look at other ways also of creative ways of healing ourselves. So it's saying like, and this might be for one of us to do both. Okay, and I don't know if this is me. I'm not going through anything anymore. I was, but it's saying to use like medical history, like what the medicine does, what our doctors do. You know, like mainstream type of medicine, and also other types of medicine. It could be like acupuncture, using herbs, things like that, right? So it's saying for one of us to do both. I don't know who needs to hear this. Maybe it's me too. I don't know, but somebody needs to hear this. Use the medical world and their knowledge and other ways of healing. Okay? But of course, you want to tell your medical team if you're going to use like herbs or things like that, you want them to know about it, right? Because things could be, things could affect the medicine that you're on if you are already on medicine, okay? I just want to throw that out there because apparently somebody needs to hear that. Now, for one of us, this could also indicate that a relationship is about to become more serious, which with the Hierophant makes me feel like a relationship after this trauma or going through this trauma, all this stuff is leading to a solid relationship. Maybe a relationship that has caused us pain in the past. So this could be like somebody, well, not necessarily this person, right? This could be like this person reminding us of situations from our past, okay? So this does not necessarily mean that we're going to have a relationship with somebody from our past, even though it could be, but it doesn't have to be, okay? This could just mean like we're moving on, we're getting more serious with the relationship. It's leading to marriage, it's leading to commitment, right? It's definitely leading to structure in our life, right? But with this energy down here, it indicates like it could actually be something that is causing us to feel, or it could also indicate like it's bringing, in other words, we're bringing our past luggage into this relationship. That's what I'm trying to say. We're bringing in our past luggage, past traumas over here into this relationship. And that could be why this card is coming out in reverse. Okay, because we could be like, afraid that something's going to repeat itself, right? We're getting serious. Our relationship is moving on to the next level, the next level. We're getting more, maybe structure in our life or something like that, more wisdom about things, but at the same time, we're afraid because of this past situation, right? Basically, it's saying get out of our way. Get out of our way. We're going to take our scars with us wherever we go, and if we move on into a new relationship, we're taking our scars with us, right? So Spirit is saying we got to let this go. We got to let go of the past. I think that is part of the light at the end of the tunnel here, okay? Not only that, but here, if you look at it, it does indicate that we need to take responsibility, and it might not just be us. Other people need to take accountability for our actions, right? And this might be all of us, not just us, but other people around us too, right? So yeah, so we can get out of our heads. and of course move forward into our life, right? I'm gonna see where else this reading is going into. Let's see. Yeah, somebody here is getting paid. That's for sure. With that Six of Coins energy, somebody's getting paid. I'm gonna see what else comes out. Spirit, what else does Aries need to know here? What else does Aries need to know here? See, something is being hidden from us. The sun came out in reverse twice, which means somebody is holding back some secrets, okay? It could actually be secrets, maybe about mental health issues or a health issue. Doesn't necessarily have to be mental health, right? It could be somebody's holding back health issues. Maybe that's why this came out. Because it was coming out that to use like mainstream structured medicine procedures, right? And then also use like alternative type of healing, right? So maybe that's why this came out, because there is something here about health. And with the moon coming out, maybe you might find out something about health. Maybe this is about the new person in your life. Okay? I am seeing a couple here. I am seeing the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. So I am seeing a couple here, and mental health or health being around it. An issue about health is coming out. The final card. So maybe that's what it is. Spirit wants you to know that there is something here about health. So if it's not you, Aries, it might be your partner, okay? And Spirit is wanting you to use both alternatives, but always let your doctor know when you're using alternative medicines or herbs or things like that, because they can interact with the medicine that you're on, or it could even interact with procedures. So you might want to, always let your doctor know what's going on. All right, so let's see. Let's dig deeper. Yeah, this might end up being something that's going to cause, it might cause you to want to like be antisocial, withdraw from society, withdraw from your friends and family. This might be something that's going to catch you completely off guard. We do have the Eight of Swords coming out in reverse. So it's like Spirit is saying to get out of your head about a situation. Okay? There might be some lies. Okay, I'm going to find out more. With the King of Swords energy, it makes me feel like you're going to see through something, okay? Because you do have the High Priestess. So I do feel like you're going to be very vigilant. Very vigilant. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Like you're going to see things correctly, right? We have the Nine of Cups coming out. With the Ace of Swords. Let's see what else comes out. Three of Wands. Okay, so it's all about planning. Okay, so when you find out about this health issue, it could be you, it could be them, okay? But it's all about planning. It's the lack of planning that is going to end up being your downfall, of course. With the Three of Wands energy, Spirit is saying to open your eyes and see, like to look around and see what other alternatives there are, right? With the Nine of Cups energy, like look around. There's more than one way to do something, okay? I feel very strongly that's what I'm looking at here. Because the Eight of Swords is like get out of your head about something. Don't stay on one path just because it's the path that everybody else goes on. You got to look around and look at various paths, okay? And that's what I'm getting here with the Chariot in reverse. So it's like, don't move forward until you see clearly, right? Or you see the blockages. You can't move forward without seeing the blockages. What is this about? The Devil. Tell us more, Spirit. The Two of Cups. I'm going to get one more card out. The Four of Wands in reverse. Hmm. Spirit wants you to know that this is just a temporary setback, okay? That's all this is. It's just going to be a temporary setback. I do see here there's going to be a lot of frustration, okay? Maybe because of not knowing, not being aware of what all alternatives there are out there, okay? It actually could be something that's going to cause a delay in your success, right? And you might actually find yourself feeling, finding a very hard time feeling joy about this new union in your life, okay? Um, Now, remember, this does not necessarily have to be a relationship, even though I'm seeing it as a new relationship. This could also indicate like starting a new project, a creative project, okay? Something that you're very excited about, okay? But and then health problems coming in and messing things up, okay? And then you being over here stuck in this energy of not having not being able to find joy because you're so stressed out about everything that's going on, right? Yeah, of the delayed success, right? That's what I'm hearing. You can also find yourself getting burned out, which could be something that is going to end up causing health problems. Okay, because anytime you overwork yourself, you end up depleting yourself too much. And what happens? Your immune system goes down because the stress level goes up because you are on constant mode to produce, 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 right? So, getting much needed rest is imperative here. I still don't understand why the devil is coming out here, guys. If you're looking at the devil, guess what? I'm looking at the devil too. I'm looking at the devil too, and I'm like, why is this devil here? So far, everything makes sense except for this devil energy. So, now the devil. Okay, so let's just put it this way. The devil can be seduction, being seduced. It could indicate like being seduced by, well, the next card out is actually the Two of Cups. So it could be a relationship, being seduced by somebody you're in a relationship with. It can also indicate like being seduced by material things in the world or physical things that you can touch. Okay, like getting seduced into buying something that you don't really need. Okay, but it can also indicate like fear or being dominated by a relationship or being bonded to a relationship, because the reason why I'm saying relationship is because the Two of Cups came out next. Okay, so it could also indicate like being caged in by a relationship and then not really being happy because of the Four of Wands energy coming out in reverse. Not necessarily being happy or not being able to see reasons to celebrate, right? The devil energy can also indicate like it can also be like self-doubt, you know? Like doubting yourself or feeling trapped in material desires. It can also indicate like addiction. So the health issue could actually be caused by addiction. Okay, like a workaholic, workaholic, right? Because that is an addiction. Excuse my dog; she's just being rude. Frankie, stop that. I don't know if y'all could hear that in the mic. She's over there. I don't know what she's doing, but didn't sound right. Um, this could also indicate like being trapped or feeling doubtful of yourself or being angry about feeling trapped in a relationship. Okay, I'm just gonna give you all the different things I see here, so you can just fit it into what makes sense for your situation. Okay, just so you know. Okay, but yeah, the devil could be bondage as well. Bondage, stuck into a relationship, and it might have something to do with this. Somebody over here, because we do have the King of Cups in reverse, like somebody holding back their emotions, somebody not necessarily taking the right actions or planning things out clearly or taking the appropriate actions. That might have something to do with why this is coming out, of somebody feeling trapped or feeling doubtful of themselves, right? This could also indicate an illusion. Okay, like somebody creating an illusion to control a situation. Okay, and then somebody holding back their emotions here. Hmm. So basically, Spirit is saying, Aries, like if you do feel trapped, okay, if you do find yourself in a relationship or a situation where you do feel trapped, it's time to reflect. It's time to consider all possibilities, right? And to start looking into things and find out why are you feeling this way. Okay? Ask yourself the hard questions like, are you giving in to temptation? Because that could very well be what this is, temptation, right? Are you giving into temptation? Or are you letting somebody influence you into temptation? Okay? Just like re examine all your beliefs. Okay? And make sure that you're staying true to yourself and you're not getting led down into the wrong path. Especially back here when I was telling y'all about looking at alternative ways of healing. Okay, so Spirit is saying to make sure that they align with your moral beliefs, right? That's one thing. But it's also like look for any illusions that you might be in. So this could actually be I'm seeing this reading as a future reading, guys, but maybe for one of you this could be like something that you're actually stuck in right now, right? So if this is something that you're stuck in now, Spirit is saying to look for the illusions. Look for things that are creative, like looking. It kind of reminds, I don't know why this is coming to my mind. There's a new pill on the market where people were taking it to help them lose weight. I don't remember the name of it, but I do remember seeing a short on YouTube where a woman was taking it. It's a pill that sounds like Xantrax or something like that. And she was taking it, and now she's in the hospital. She has like a tube in her nose, and it had really affected her body really badly. Now she's sick. Okay, so it's something like that, to look past the illusions or look for the illusions, and it's about your health, yours or your partner's health. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get out of this reading. Okay, this is what I've been able to decipher here. So apparently, this is important for, I think, all of us to hear it. Okay. And not only that, but to look at alternative healing methods, because our ancestors, when you think about it, our ancestors have been here for millions of years before we even had modern day medical things that we have nowadays, right? Like procedures that we have nowadays. I mean, we do have old timing ways of healing that were very effective back in the day, right? So looking at old ways might be not necessarily bad, but of course, I mean, we want to stay open minded, basically. That's what Spirit is saying, to stay open minded. Also, another thing I was getting from this reading is any kind of depression that you might be going through, it could actually be leading to health problems, okay? So maybe if you've been going through some kind of depression like I have, maybe we should take some vitamins. Yeah, maybe taking some vitamins might be a good idea. Or somebody had said in my comment section that it could be just the weather, you know. The days are shorter, we're not getting much sun anymore, which very well could be it too. You know, not getting sun and all that vitamin D stuff. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining me. Catch me in the next one. We will see what comes out in the next one. I'll probably be doing another reading since I feel like I'm behind on my readings. So, yeah. Or you know what? Let's go ahead and do it now. Should we just go ahead and do it now? Nah, we'll go ahead and make it for another reading. Y'all take care. Bye bye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.